Dr. Emrich here, and this is an introduction to social media marketing. I want to talk about what it is and how to use it, and also the big secret, which is really a mind shift change. And once we can make this change, it's really going to help us understand how to do social media marketing. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about what it is. So social media is really that online means of communicating with each other. It enables users to create and share content and participate with each other. And there's all kinds of different ways to do this on all kinds of different social media marketing platforms. So really, what is that social media marketing? It's building those relationships and communities, engaging with our potential customers and engaging with an audience and solving their problems and helping them out while you are conversing with them and participating in the conversation. That's really what social media marketing is. So it gives businesses a chance to listen, to innovate, and to engage with their customers where there really is no other way to do this other than through social media. So it's different than traditional marketing. Traditional marketing is one way. So think about that billboard where you have an advertisement. It's just one way. You just look at that billboard and you have a reaction to it. Where social media is two ways. You're putting content out there and you're able to get that feedback right away from the customer. So you have that two-way form of communication. It is a way to interact in real time in social media that we've never had before. Traditional marketing has very limited analytics because that reaction in that one-way communication, that reaction your customer has, there's really no way to measure that traditionally, where social media is giving you a way to measure those reactions to the content that you put out there, finding out if they like it, if they share, if they have a comment to it. So you do get better analytics in your social media marketing strategies. So it's very different than social media marketing is very different than traditional marketing and the tools that we've traditionally had to market a product or service. Social media marketing is also known as inbound marketing, and it's really important to talk about that because you might hear inbound marketing in that term used quite often. And it's very similar to social media marketing, but it's defined like this: creating value and valuable experiences for our customers. That's inbound marketing. We're attracting prospects and customers through giving them helpful content, through solving their problems, through having a conversation with them and delighting them, right? And advising them and giving them expert knowledge. That's that inbound marketing, right? We're creating experiences, helpful content, we're conversing with them, and we're being the expert or the problem solver in their lives. And that's really what inbound marketing does. And social media marketing is a way to do all of these things. So social media is really about the people, not about your business. Provide for the people, and the people will provide for you. Your people then become your best marketers. Your customers become your best marketers. You want to be so good they can't ignore you. So if I just page through a couple examples of social media marketing, some of my favorite companies that I think are great examples for social media marketing, Red Bull is one of them, and this is Facebook. And if you go to their Facebook page, nothing is really about the product of Red Bull. It all becomes about sports and people accomplishing things and then possibly using Red Bull to recover or to keep them going. They really focus on that customer and that experience and talking to their customers about their accomplishments. So this one is something else that Red Bull does, and they have this long jump challenge, and they put this video out there, and it shows somebody long jumping, tells them how far they long jumped, and then asks you, hey, can you beat that? And perhaps you can post your long jump or your jump and see if you can beat anyone else's that's on Facebook. So there you get that participating. So you're talking to your customers and you're asking them to participate in the conversation. So you can go to Facebook right where I have this arrow, and in that search engine, you can type Red Bull, or another example I have here is Lenovo, and just page through how they market on social media. It's really interesting to watch how they participate with their customers and they solve their problems. Lenovo is another really good one. That they sell computers, but really they're just trying to solve problems for their customers in the things that they carry with them and the sizes that they carry with them and helping them with those kinds of things. And they even have this Lenovo Bear versus Box Facebook Live experience where it's so easy to use and so easy to open, right? This bear comes along and opens up the laptop. Dove is another great one. Once again, go to Facebook, type in Dove, and just page down. Dove really focuses on body image. So they're not really selling their soaps and their products on their social media advertising. They're really talking to their customers about body image and improving their body image on social media marketing. And they have lots of different videos and posts that participate with their customers and give their customers advice, connect their customers with each other, which is very helpful, and it's a great social media strategy that Dove has. So there's all different types of social media, right? So I just showed you Facebook, and Facebook is a social platform, and it's the most popular. By far, Facebook is the most popular. There's also LinkedIn, Instagram, and Snapchat, and this is where we go and we converse with each other. They're the most popular, those social platforms. But there's some other types like blogging. Blogging is a big one. You can blog on your websites. A lot of businesses create blogs on their websites, or they just have a different site which is just a blog. And blogs are like papers or summaries of experiences that that blogger has and they want to share with you, perhaps their expertise, and they're sharing tips with you. Where microblogging, another way, and Twitter is probably the most popular type of microblogging, is shorter, like 1 or 2 sentences summaries of your experiences and giving tips. It's called microblogging. Videos is a great way to do social media, and YouTube is the biggest video sharing social media platform out there, and it's really how-tos or sharing stories on these video platforms. And then there's also sharing and publishing. And so you're sharing your experiences with other people on things like Dig, on Pinterest, or on Flickr. And people can interact with you and give you advice while you are sharing and publishing content. So there's all different types of social media. I really simplify it here. There's so many more. And I like this chart. I'll go back and show you this chart because it can get overwhelming. There's so many different social media platforms, and there's so many types of social media. The important thing is when you're doing social media marketing is not to get overwhelmed and to stay focused. So I like this chart. This is one of my favorite charts, and it shows the top social media platforms. So we can look at Facebook, and then next over is Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and even Google+. And this summarizes, so the demographics, what kind of people are on that platform, what is the purpose of the platform, what is it best used for, and what are the negatives or the downside. So if you're just getting started with social media marketing, or you're still trying to figure out what social media platform to use, this is a great place, a great chart to come and look at and ask yourselves where you should start. So let's look at Facebook. Just to begin with, it has over 1 billion users. It's by far the biggest social media platform, and it's definitely one you want to be on if you want to do social media marketing. But there's some additional demographics there. It's 25 to 54 and 60% female. And it's really about building relationship and building brand loyalty on Facebook. So I say, who doesn't want to do that? So that's why I tell most businesses that they do want to have a Facebook presence. There is limited reach on Facebook, but Facebook changes all the time, and they're really improving to expand their reach to more and more customers. So it's not even really a downside as much anymore. So Twitter has over 600 million users, and the age gets a little bit younger with Twitter followers, 18 to 29. And it's more news articles, so perhaps you're sharing advice and doing more PR and public relations on that. But they are shorter posts, so the downside is you have to have shorter posts. There's Pinterest, YouTube, which is really all ages. It now has over 1 billion users, and it's a lot of those how-to videos. And you're building brand awareness, and really the service industry is really using this to expand on their services and tell people how to use their services most effectively. LinkedIn is a professional networking platform. I just tell everyone to have a LinkedIn account. It's a personal account that you create your professional account. It has over 600 million users, ages 30 to 34. And it's really about business development. It's great for B2B. There's not as much interaction. Well, there is more and more interaction as time goes on at LinkedIn, but it is very limited compared to these other social media platforms. And then Instagram as well, which connects really well with Facebook. If you're going to use Facebook, Instagram is a natural social media platform to use as well. So that really is a great summary of the top social media platforms, who's on them, and how you might want to use them. So you're not overwhelmed by the total landscape and the hundreds of different social media platforms that are out there. So how are you going to use all of this? So the most important thing to do when you're getting started is to use this information to research, to get on these platforms, to research what your customers are doing, what your customers are talking about, and what your competitors are doing. It's by far the first thing you want to do, and it's called social media listening. And it'll help you understand and develop goals and objectives for your own business. And then you can start solving the problems that you're listening to. What problems do your customers have? And you want to solve those problems. And you want to do it through telling a story that's pretty interesting and creating relationships and groups and communities of your own customers. You can also entertain them, you can teach them, and you can train them on things about your industry or perhaps about your product or service. Lots of different uses for social media. But if you're just getting started, these are the 5 steps I recommend with social media. What do I do? Where do I start? And the first thing that you want to do, like I said, is that research and that listening. It's definitely the first thing you want to do. And take some time with this to get on the platforms, develop your personal profiles, and just listen. Listen to what your customers and competitors are saying. And then after you get an idea of that, you can create those goals and objectives. Okay, so now that I know what's happening on social media, what goals and objectives do I have for my social media marketing strategy? And those goals will drive you to help you select what social media marketing platforms you want to use. It can be overwhelming, and I say don't get overwhelmed. If you don't know where to start, just start with Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and go from there. Get to know those 3 platforms really well, use them to market, and then you can start expanding your social media platform usage. After you decide which platforms you're going to use, content marketing becomes very important, and that's what are you going to share? What problems are you going to solve? What are you going to train and teach? And that is a whole topic in itself, being able to find content, generate content, and knowing when and how to put it out there. That's the next thing that you're going to do. And you constantly want to analyze your results because social media marketing is trial and error. You're not going to do it right the first time. You're going to put content out there that people aren't interested in, and you're going to take it down, and you're going to keep doing this trial and error until things work. And eventually you will have things that work. You just have to be patient. And that's why you need to analyze, revise, and continue in that process. Each one of these are really a subject in its own and something that you can dive into. And I dive into each one of these different areas for your social media marketing strategy because there's a lot to all 5 of these steps. So I said there's a big secret. There's a mind shift change when we're doing social media marketing. So we just talked about what social media marketing is and how to use social media. But now we need to understand that marketing is not really about what we sell anymore. When it comes to social media marketing, it has become more about the stories that we tell and the information that we provide in solving problems. That is a huge mind shift change. We don't just want to get out there on social media and start talking about our problems, our products and services. We want to be part of the conversation and solving these problems. It's a big mind shift change when we talk about social media. And that means it really becomes about the why. Why are we doing business? And Simon Sinek is an author, and he has something called the golden circle. And this is a picture of it up there. And he really puts a bullseye on why. Once we start talking about why we're in business and why we're here, that is what our customers are interested in. And that is how we can do our social media marketing. So it's really about that why and about solving problems for our customers. So that is my introduction to social media marketing. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you use some of these strategies as you get started. Thank you.